Well, with continuing the organized theme, we're now focusing on adults and something we all struggle with. It turns into piles all over your house that you always say you will go through, and we are talking about paper. Organizing guru Helen Austin of Organized by Helen is here with some tips. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
It is fate that you're here today because over the weekend, actually the last few weekends, I'm like, I really need to get through that stack of papers, couple stacks. I mean, I have a box and then there's another box in my closet, and I move from apartment to apartment bringing these boxes thinking I'm gonna need these papers someday.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
Everyone else does the same thing too.
Okay, I'm not alone.
And I can give you a quick tip on that. So a good way to tackle, big piles of paper backlog is to set a timer and choose 20, maybe 30 minutes to work on it, and just do it for that amount of time. So when we know there's an end in sight, we're more likely to follow through and actually start doing something, and you can continue on if you wish.
You can do that while watching TV.
You can so easily. A lot of it's going to be trash. So, and I'm also going to give you some tips for that incoming paper. So the paper that keeps coming into your home. Now, one unique thing that I suggest people do is to have two filing systems. Rarely will I have you split things up, but in this case, it's really important. So you're going to have an active filing system, which is what these are right here, and then you're going to have your standard reference filing system, which is your filing cabinet that's often like in a random part of the house, not within quick reach. So first, the active filing system. So what this is a desktop file box with wire hanging files, not manila. And you're going to keep this in the heart of your home, which is typically the kitchen or wherever you're sorting your mail or wherever paper's coming in every day. And you're going to want to make sure this box that you get has handles, no lids on top, because you want it to be portable just in case maybe you want to watch TV and put your mail away or whatever. So this is easily movable, and it's something that you're going to feed into hopefully daily, because doing things on a daily basis is easier than every once and now and then. And then also your common categories that you're going to want to consider is think about the papers that you tend to hold on to when you're going through your mail. Hopefully you're not holding on to too much. Most things are digital now, so you can tell your electric bill, all these things to come to you through the mail if you're comfortable with that. A lot of people are not, they want paper. So common categories for your active filing box is going to be things like action items, so things that you need to follow through on that you can't do right there. Or you can have a separate bills one, so it depends on how that works for you. Other things like, a dentist reminder, things like that, we're like, I'm not going to call right now. A file for each person in the household. So that holds like a schedule or information or something you may want to follow through on in the future that's only for that individual person. And then coupons sometimes is another common category. Just don't let it get out of control. And then a two-file one. So you're going to have a two-file file, if that isn't redundant, in your action one. So that's the stuff that's going to land in your reference filing system, wherever that is in your house. Okay, so a common pitfalls for your reference filing system and for this one that I wanted to share with you also are don't ever add unnecessary bulk into your files. Don't put manila within manila. Don't set more files in here. When things are too tight in your reference, your filing cabinet, or in these, we don't want to add to it. It becomes really difficult to get in and out of. And then when you're adding papers too, always add to the front of the file, because what happens is when you lay out that file, you now have the most recent on top and older ones on the bottom. And then filing categories, keep them broad and simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Have insurance, file from the front, and then you can easily find what you want. Just don't overspecify it.
So much great information. I'm a little overwhelmed, but it's not overwhelming. It's not overwhelming. I know I have to do this work, and I want to. It's something kind of exciting because I need to get organized and stay organized. You always give us great advice. Thank you so much. For more from Helen, we will have a link to Organized by Helen on kzlive.tv later on today. And I'm going to go get some of these this week.
Great.